Okay, let's do some of these chain rule problems using tables. These always cause a lot of trouble. Students really over or under, whichever the case may be, think these. So I am looking for h prime of 0. That's the value I'm looking for. H prime of x is f prime evaluated at g times g prime of x. So h prime at 0 would be the derivative, not at 0, but at g of 0. That's not times, that's f prime of g of 0 multiplied by g prime of 0. Okay, so let's see what we know here. What is g of 0? G of 0 is 0. So this right here, that's saying f prime of 0. I literally said it's not f prime of 0, and it happened to be. That's pure coincidence because of that. Because g of 0 was 0. I'm doing f prime at 0, that's 5. G prime at 0 was 2, so I get 5 times 2, I get 10. Okay, let's take a look at this one. This is a weird one. This one we're going to have to think about because I've got a function inside a function. I'm going to have to use chain rule. Anytime you have a function inside another function, you have to use chain rule. H prime of x will be the outside function, f prime, leave the inside alone, times the derivative of the inside. So the derivative of all this stuff. What's the derivative of x? 1. And what's the derivative of f? F prime. So chain rule, the derivative of the outside evaluated at the inside, leave the inside alone, times the derivative of the inside. Okay, so this will be h prime at 1 will be f prime evaluated at 1 plus f of 1. So we'll have to look at the table and see what f of 1 is, times 1 plus f prime at 1. So we'll have to look at the table and figure out what that is. So f prime evaluated at 1 plus, what is f of 1? The original at 1 is 1. So f prime of 1 was 1. I got that from the table. Times 1 plus f prime at 1 is negative 2. So f prime of 1 right there, that's negative 2. So this is f prime of 1 plus 1 is 2. See, that's I wish we used different symbols. I think calculus would be a lot easier for students if we didn't use parentheses to mean function evaluation. Because most of the time we use parentheses to mean multiply, and then we get into algebra and calculus and students get confused. This is just parentheses meaning multiply. Like PEMDAS. This set of parentheses means something different. I really wish we used different symbols there. This is f prime of 2, not times. 1 plus negative 2 would be negative 1. F prime at 2 is 4. So I get 4 times negative 1, negative 4. That's a good place to stop.